and also how you can run some code in a file only when the file is ran as a script and not as a module. It's very straightforward. The import errors, though, are not so easy. Let's have a look at an import error. We've got app importing file operations importing find, and find's not importing anything. Let's make find import file operations. So let's do this. Let's ask it to go into file operations and import something specific. Let's run app.py. Let's see what happens. Now we get an import error. Because what's happening is app is importing utils.common.fileoperations. This is importing utils.find. And now utils.find is importing utils.common.fileoperations, which is already in the imported modules. And Python knows about this. It keeps a global file or a global dictionary of modules that have been imported already. And as we try to access something in it, it says, oh wait, actually, when I try to go to this module to extract this function here, I can't do that because when I run that, it asks me to go back here. So that doesn't work. Notice, however, that if you ask it not to import a particular thing, but just to execute the module, like if you do import utils.common.fileoperations, it is okay with this because it sees that it's already imported this module, therefore nothing to do. It just ignores it because it's already been imported in the past. Like this. Okay. So that's a pretty important thing to know. If your module is already imported, you can import it again the same way. But if your module is already imported and you want to access something specific in it, Python is going to then go and look into that module again, and it's going to give you an error because it's going to go back and forth. This is called a circular import. It's not such a good thing to do. Now, in some cases, a completely separate topic, you'll want some code to run. For example, let's go to the find function. You'll want some code to run only when you execute find.py. So if you run find.py, you want some code to run. And you can do that. By the way, I'm going to delete this import there because it works, but it's a circular import, and I don't like that. So if we were to run find.py, let's say we want to test out our find-in function. So we'd say find in Rolf, Jose, and Jen. And what we're looking is lambda x. Yeah, that's it. We're going to just return x. And the expected is Jose. So what's going to happen is this list becomes the iterable. Lambda x returns x, which returns every element as we go through them. And Jose is the value we're looking for. So for I in iterable, goes over each element. I becomes Rolf, then it becomes Jose, then it becomes Jen. We run the finder function, which just gives us the value. That's Rolf, Jose, or Jen. And we check that it's equal to the expected value, which in this case is Jose, and we return it if it's found. So if we run the find.py file, we get Jose out, which is good. But notice how find.py is imported by file operations. File operations is imported by app. So if we run app, we also get Jose, because find was executed by the import, and it ran this code. We don't want that, because this is only for testing the module. We only want to run this code if we physically right-click the module and run it. If we run it as a script. And we can do that with an if statement. Of course, what's going to be in our if statement? We want to check whether the name is main. Go and implement it yourselves. I'm sure you got that. If name is main, run this. Pretty straightforward stuff. But of course, you have to realize that this is something you can do. After all, these are just a variable. This is just a variable. And this is just a string. So you can check whether they're equal and run something if they are. Now, when you run find.py, you get Jose. When you run app.py, you don't. because it didn't run as a script. The name was not main. The name was utils.find. That's it for this video. I wanted just to show you a bit more about importing, how you can run something only when you run it as a script, and also how you can cause import errors, and of course, that you should avoid.